This is case manager training in the Relay Health Personal Health Record provided by the Minnesota Department of Human Services. This session describes the process for Otter Tail County case managers in onboarding beneficiaries or their legal representatives who will be using the DHS Personal Health Record. Note that the initial invitations to participate actually will be generated by Department of Human Services staff. However, the same process works for case managers going forward. In addition to the functions performed by case managers, this document includes instructions and illustrations for beneficiaries and legal representatives so that the case managers can understand and assist them in the registration onboarding process. And finally, this document includes a description of the PHR functionality that beneficiaries and legal representatives will use. It's included here so that case managers can be familiar with this portion of the system to assist their clients in PHR usage. With that in mind, there are 3 sections in this training. First, legal representative onboarding, where the legal representative is using the PHR on behalf of a beneficiary. Second, beneficiary onboarding, where the beneficiary is using the PHR on his or her own behalf. And finally, beneficiary and legal representative PHR usage. The functionality is the same for both beneficiaries and legal representatives except where noted otherwise. To begin, DHS staff or case managers log in to the link that you see on this screen. It's the same login for beneficiaries, legal or designated representatives, staff, and anyone else that uses the system. This screen is the Practice Entity Portal homepage for DHS staff, case managers, and staff at provider organizations. The illustration below and on the following pages shows the Relay Health logo. However, the DHS TEFT logo will be displayed when this system is operational. DHS staff clicks on Patients in that tab to get this screen and enters all or part of the beneficiary name in Find a Patient on this screen or in the patient search window on the previous screen. DHS staff clicks within the beneficiary information window to get to the next screen. An existing beneficiary record must exist at this point. If not, DHS staff reconciles the error before proceeding. Do not click Add New Patient. The beneficiary record is displayed below. Note that the status is offline to indicate that the registration process on behalf of the beneficiary is not complete. DHS staff clicks Invite Patient. DHS staff enters the legal representative's email address, not the beneficiary's email address. Overwrite the email address that is displayed if needed. The legal rep's email address is required in order for that legal rep to receive the invitation and begin his or her registration process on behalf of the beneficiary. DHS staff clicks Send Invitation. This is the confirmation screen that the invitation was sent to the legal representative. The invitation generates an email message to the legal representative on behalf of the beneficiary. This is an example of how the message appears in Gmail. It may appear slightly different in Yahoo, Hotmail, Comcast, and any other email system. The legal representative clicks on the Register link to begin registration. Note that the email is addressed Dear Beneficiary, even though the legal representative will do the registration. The legal representative clicks on This is for my dependent, who is really the beneficiary. In the Relay Health nomenclature, beneficiary and dependent are synonymous when used by the legal representative. The legal representative clicks Register Me if he or she does not have an account in the Relay Health PHR, or clicks Login if he or she does have an account. The legal representative creates an account for him or herself only because the beneficiary account already exists in the Relay Health PHR. The legal representative proceeds with registration for himself or herself. The legal representative enters date of birth, his or hers, not the beneficiary's, and phone number. The legal representative then confirms the username and password. The username defaults to the email address, but it can be changed by the legal representative if desired. However, we recommend using the email address as the username in order to avoid confusion. The next step is to register the beneficiary, once again dependent in Relay Health nomenclature. The legal representative confirms that he or she is authorized to do so by clicking, "Yes, I confirm." The legal representative enters the beneficiary's date of birth. This screen shows the first name of the beneficiary. In the example below, PHR is actually the first name of this sample beneficiary. The legal representative updates the beneficiary information if needed, clicks "I have read and agree to the terms of use," and clicks "Next." The legal representative updates the email address and/or contact phone number if desired, then clicks "Complete Registration." The Relay Health homepage for the legal representative is displayed with the legal representative's first name shown. The illustration below and on the following pages shows the Relay Health logo once again. However, the DHS PHR logo will be displayed when the system is operational. So in this example, the first name of the legal rep is Legal Rep 4. The next step is to add a provider, which will be DHS in this case. The legal representative enters MN space DHS space PHR space repository in the search window, then click search to get to the screen below. The legal representative then clicks select on the appropriate line. The legal representative's provider list is then displayed. This screen shows the beneficiaries providers. Note, you can click on the down arrow to toggle between the beneficiary and the legal representative. The beneficiary's provider was automatically updated as part of the legal representative's registration. So registration is now complete. The screen below is the case manager's view showing the automated request from the legal rep after completion of the legal representative's portion of this process. Then the case manager selects that request and clicks Accept on this screen. This screen shows confirmation of the request, and note the ability to select either a standard message or an individual personalized message back to the legal representative. The screen below shows how to do a personalized message. Case manager clicks Send to Patient to send the message to the legal representative. And note that even the standard message text can be modified and saved as a template for reuse. The screen shows the confirmation that the message was sent. This is a sample of the email message back to the legal representative. Once again, this will vary based on the individual's email system. The legal representative clicks on the link in the email message, then clicks on Messages in the PHR. This is how the personalized message looks within the PHR. So now the legal representative onboarding is complete, and the legal representative can use the Relay Health PHR on behalf of the beneficiary. This section identifies the process for registering and onboarding a beneficiary of LTSS services who will use the PHR on his or her own behalf. Once again, the DHS staff will log in to the application at the link that you see. And as we saw before, this is the same login screen for everyone who uses the Relay Health TEFT PHR. This is the Practice Entity Portal homepage for the DHS staff and case manager. The DHS staff clicks on Patients to get to this screen and enters all or part of the beneficiary name in Find a Patient on this screen or in the patient search window on the previous screen. Click within the patient information window to get to the next screen. The beneficiary record is displayed below. Status is offline to indicate that the beneficiary has not completed the registration process, which begins when the DHS staff invites the beneficiary as shown on the next screen. DHS staff clicks Invite Patient in the Actions box. Then DHS staff enters the beneficiary's email address if it's not already in the beneficiary record. This is required in order for the beneficiary to receive the invitation and begin his or her registration process. Then the DHS staff clicks Send Invitation. This is the confirmation screen that the invitation was sent to the beneficiary. The DHS staff's invitation generates this email message to the beneficiary. This is a sample of how the message appears in Gmail, and as we discussed previously, the appearance can vary based on the individual's email system. The beneficiary clicks on the register link to begin registration. Beneficiary clicks, This is for me. Note the difference at this point. The legal representative would have said, This is for my dependent. So the beneficiary clicks, This is for me. The beneficiary clicks Register Me. In this illustration screen, beneficiary is the beneficiary's first name. The beneficiary enters his or her birth date to verify identity. Contact the Otter Tail County case manager if an error message is displayed at this point. Do not change the information on this screen. If it is not correct, the beneficiary contacts the case manager, and the case manager will then need to make sure that the personal information matches what is in the source system at DHS, typically Maxis or MMIS. Otherwise, the ADT message will not be able to update the record in the future. The ADT message is part of the automated connection from DHS to the personal health record. The beneficiary clicks confirmation of terms of use at the bottom of the screen, then clicks Next. The beneficiary clicks Next to continue with the registration. The beneficiary confirms the username and creates a password. The username defaults to the email address, although it can be changed as desired by the beneficiary. We recommend using email address to minimize potential confusion. The beneficiary selects security questions and enters answers to be used to validate identity if the beneficiary forgets his or her username and or password. The beneficiary clicks log in to complete the registration process. The beneficiary's PHR homepage is displayed. The beneficiary clicks on the Providers tab to see that the Minnesota DHS PHR repository is automatically filled in and the status is approved. DHS staff or the case manager's view into the beneficiary record now shows the status as online to confirm that beneficiary registration is complete. This is the beneficiary's automatic getting started message to the beneficiary within the personal health record. The final section explains how a beneficiary or legal representative can use the Relay Health PHR once the registration and onboarding process is complete. The functions below can be used by either a beneficiary or a legal or designated representative on behalf of a beneficiary. A beneficiary will have his or her own account with no other family members. A legal or designated representative working on behalf of a beneficiary will have his or her representative, that is, account with the beneficiary showing as a dependent. So the beneficiary or legal rep logs in with his or her username and password. This is the main screen in the Relay Health personal health record. As we said, a beneficiary will have his or her own account with no other family members, while the legal or designated representative working on behalf of a beneficiary will have his representative account along with the beneficiary showing as a dependent. To illustrate this, click on Health Records, then Manage Family Members to get to the next screen. This screen shows the legal or designated representative as the account holder with the beneficiary as a dependent. Next, click on Messages in the banner area. Then click on a message to display it in the viewing pane. So there's a question. How do we know if there is a message from the case manager, for example, if one is not logged into the personal health record? The answer is that a message from the case manager within the personal health record also triggers an email message to the beneficiary's regular email address, such as shown below. Note that there is no protected health information or personal identifying information in this message, similar to the way other secure email systems work. Coming back to messaging, click on the reply icon to reply to a message. Enter the reply message text, then click send, and get a confirmation that the message was sent. Click close to return to messages. Click send in the folder list on the left side to show that message in sent items. To do a new message, click compose in the red box to create that message, and note that the patient automatically shows the beneficiary. If a legal or designated representative is logged in, both names appear in the patient drop-down list. Select provider from the drop-down list. And this screen displays when a provider is selected. Note that the system is not intended for emergency use or where an immediate reply is needed. The user clicks, yes, I understand, to proceed. Select the subject type from the drop-down list, enter subject text and the message text, and click send. And get that confirmation message that that message was sent. And it now appears in sent items. You can click to change how messages are sorted by clicking in the date field and bringing up the drop-down list, select one of the other options, and the messages will be sorted accordingly. Click on the archive icon to archive the message. Note that messages are never deleted within the Relay Health personal health record. However, they are archived to remove them from the current view. Next, click on Providers to see this screen, which lists all provider organizations contributing to this personal health record. Click on Privacy Preferences to get to the next screen. There are two settings here. The first setting identifies whether or not other providers can see that there is a relationship with this provider. The second setting identifies whether other providers can view medical history and health information from this provider. The default settings are public for both of them, which provides full access to the personal health record, including documents for all provider organizations contributing to the beneficiary's PHR record. Click to change this preference if desired. To add a relationship with another provider organization, click on Add Provider to get to the next screen. Enter the provider name and zip code, then click Search. Click Select to get the desired provider organization. And now the added provider shows in the list of providers. Note that status is pending confirmation by the provider organization. Next, click Health Records, then click on the desired section of the health records. For example, click on Medications and Allergies to get to the next screen. This screen shows how medications and allergies appear. Click Add to enter new entries. All functionality in health records is available to beneficiaries and their representatives if desired. However, this will not be populated by anything from the Department of Human Services. Click on the other sections of health records to get similar views. Click on Documents to get to the next screen. This is a list of sample documents. The first document shown, the DHS profile page, will be loaded automatically by DHS. The other documents are samples of documents that can be added or uploaded by beneficiaries or their designated representatives. Click on View within the drop-down box to view the document. As noted previously, a beneficiary will have his or her own account. A legal representative or designated representative will have an account with the beneficiary as a dependent on the representative's account. Click on the drop-down shown to switch between documents for the representative, if any, and the beneficiary. In this example, the documents shown are for the beneficiary. This is a sample of the new DHS profile page, which is intended as a one-page summary of key information that is useful for both the beneficiary or legal representative as well as the case manager. Click on the drop-down box to see functions available for the document. For example, click Download to save a copy of the document to the beneficiary's computer. Documents can be sorted in ascending or descending order in different ways by clicking on the desired column header in the list. In this example, all documents were added or uploaded by the beneficiary as shown in Source. Documents added by DHS and other provider organizations are identified accordingly. To add or upload a document, click Add to get to the next screen. Then proceed through this process. First, browse to identify the document on the local computer. Next, optionally enter data service if desired. Then select document type from the drop-down list, enter a comment if desired, and click Save. At any time, one can print the health record to view the entire health record contents with the exception of documents. This is page 1 of 4 pages of that complete record. Click Print if desired for a printed copy. And note health considerations. In this example, living will and advance directives are both yes. So in this scenario, it would be helpful if the beneficiary or legal representative also adds or uploads the actual documents that identify the living will and the specifics of the advance directive. To update personal information, including the living will and advance directive, click on Health Records, then click Update Personal Information. Click on the desired section to add or edit information. For example, click on Health Considerations to update living will and or advance directive. Do not update name, address, zip code, date of birth, or gender, which is called administrative sex in the Relay Health PHR. If these items need to be changed, please contact the Otter Tail County case manager. Update health considerations below as we have discussed. And finally, click on Account to get to the next screen. This screen provides the ability to update basic information, including password and security questions, as well as language preference. Click Edit and Update as needed. However, do not update address or date of birth. Instead, contact the Otter Tail County case manager if those items need to be changed. That concludes this training session.